So I had a Saturday probably like 2 years ago where I had these plans as I usually do. Like, oh man, Saturday's gonna come. I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna film my YouTube video. I'm gonna do all these things. Right? I had this big plan, and the morning came and something happened to me that had been happening every weekend for as long as I could think of before that, and a lot of weekends after that. 6:30, 7 a.m. would come along, and I'm like, okay, I'm not tired anymore. I don't want to be sleeping anymore. And I'd reach over to the side of my bed and I'd pick up my phone and I'm like, okay, I just feel like watching some YouTube. And I feel like maybe going on TikTok and kind of just bed rotting for a bit. Let me just spend some time on my phone, relax a bit for like an hour or two. And 2 hours would go past, 3 hours would go past, it's 10. And then I'm like, man, I'm a little bit hungry, but I need to watch this video. I'm not quite done with my bed rotting. And then I'd go to the kitchen and grab something to eat. Sometimes I'd even like drive to like the freaking McDonald's and go get like food, come back, eat, and then go back into bed because in my head I wasn't finished like the procrastination I was doing. I wasn't finished, enjoying my time on my phone. And before I knew it, it was 4 p.m. and now I'm getting out. Now I'm getting out of bed and now I want to go work out. And then it's like I was a bit late. I need to go do this. I need to go do this. And then my whole Saturday is wasted. And there was a specific Saturday where I was like, man, like, what the heck? Like, what's going on here? Like, I hate this. Why am I doing this to myself? And I do it every weekend. And for me, I just been in this cycle where I was like, man, I want to change. I have this vision of who I want to be. And like I was kind of reading from what I wrote there, you've had this plan to be a certain kind of man. Like I had this plan, this vision of who I'd be at 24. I'm in my mid 20s now and I'm like, I am nowhere near the man I wanted to be. Definitely not the man I thought I would be. And sitting on a Saturday afternoon like that, just being like, man, I've just wasted probably the most free kind of 8 to 10 hours I'll have in the week because Monday to Friday is now taken up by work, and then you've got your other general obligations, and maybe you try to squeeze in an hour or whatever in the evening to like, I don't know, work on YouTube or whatever. But Sundays you've got church, maybe you want to relax or you've got like other commitments and stuff. But Saturdays, man, Saturdays are like the bread and butter of me like improving to become the man I want to be. And I'm like, I just wasted another one. And there's always this sick feeling in me that's like of guilt. Let me put it that way. It's a feeling of guilt. Like I know what I should be doing, but I'm not doing it. And yeah, it just made me so sick. And the worst part is that it's been happening for a really long time. Like I think for as long as I can remember, whenever I've been on self improvement, I'm like, okay, I have these things, these plans of what I want to do with my schedule, who I want to be, etc., etc. And you set ambitious plans. You're never gonna be 100% on everything you want to do, but there's kind of fundamentals you want to get right, and not wasting an entire 10 hours on a Saturday is one of those fundamentals you want to get right. And every time you don't get it right, like I know for me, I'm like, man, another wasted Saturday. And maybe you've got a similar thing going on with you. Maybe you're in the same boat. You've been planning on getting better for so long, and you know what you should be doing, but you just don't really do it. And your phone, man, like you spend so much time on your phone that you're like, man, if I could just, I don't know about you, but I've gotten to a point a lot of times in my life where I'm like, man, if I could just destroy this thing, like if I could physically just chuck it away and live my life, live my life, I would do that. But then there's always a thing of like, oh no, but I've got, I need to be messaging people, I need to communicate with people. And then it's like, okay, fine, like, you're not going to destroy your phone, but like, you don't need to have YouTube. But then it becomes a bit complex for me because I'm like, oh, I make YouTube videos and I need Instagram and TikTok because I post content on there. And I was like, man, if I wasn't making content, I'd delete all these apps. Like, I wish I could just get rid of this thing. And maybe you've gotten to a similar point as well where you're like, I can clearly see what this thing is doing to me. I hate what it's doing to me, and I would like to get rid of it if I could. Now, I mean, we haven't even gotten much into the video, but if you're somebody that doesn't need your phone to like, or doesn't need YouTube or TikTok or Instagram to like make content, like just remove the apps, like just delete them. But maybe you found yourself in a similar spot, and I want to remind you of something. I think the first thing you need to realize is that you don't actually enjoy spending time on your phone. And I know it's one of those things, it's quite interesting. I first encountered this idea when I was actually reading this book that was recommended to me by a friend. It was a while ago. It's about like beating. It's mainly about beating porn addiction, but basically what he was saying in the book was it's called the easy peasy method. And he was basically saying that you don't actually enjoy doing it. Like you don't enjoy doing what you're doing. And then when you start learning a lot more about dopamine, it starts to get a bit, crazy and all that. But the general idea is that you don't actually enjoy it. You don't look forward to spending time on your phone. When you are spending time on your phone, when you know you shouldn't be, you hate that entire experience. And then when you're done spending all that time on your phone, you hate it. Like it's an addiction. It really is an addiction. You don't want anything to do with it. And I think that's maybe the first part, is just to realize you don't actually like it. It's like, oh, I want to wake up. What do I want to do with my Saturday? You've got a list of things you want to do. Spending 6 hours on your phone is probably not one of those things, right? When you wake up on the Saturday, all of a sudden your brain is like, just reach out for your phone. And you're like, I wanna go on my phone. I wanna spend time doing this. But it's like, you don't want to. You don't actually want to. And maybe that's the first thing that can be freeing for a lot of people. But that's the first thing to realize, that in that moment when that thing is happening, you're like, just remind yourself, like, I don't actually want to do this. I don't actually enjoy doing it. It's not fun. There really is no appeal to it. And it's sucking so much time out of my life. And it sucks kind of watching my life kind of waste away to this 6-inch device.